vị, hiện nay quý vị có thể đi xem cuốn phim rất là hay. Đây là một cuốn phim độc lập đã được trình chiếu hơn một tuần trước. Đó là cuốn phim mang tên The Diary of a Teenage Girl mà chúng tôi chưa có cơ hội gửi đến cho quý vị cuộc phỏng vấn đặc biệt của Tô Uyen với nữ diễn viên người Anh Quốc. Đó là bel Powley cùng với nữ đạo diễn rất là trẻ và rất là tài giỏi Marielle cho cuốn phim The Diary of a Teenage Girl, dựa trên cuốn truyện cùng tên của tác giả Phoebe Kleckner, được Salon khen ngợi là một trong những cuốn truyện trình bày sự đẹp đẽ, sự thật phũ phàng, gây sốc, nhưng nhẹ nhàng và trung thực nhất về giới phụ nữ trẻ ở Hoa Kỳ thập niên 70. Xin được gửi đến quý vị cuộc phỏng vấn đặc biệt của Tô Uyen với đạo diễn Marielle cùng với nữ diễn viên người Anh Quốc, đó là bel Powley. Congratulations to you both for this incredibly honest and authentic film. Of course, you both took big risk in making this movie, but I think it has paid off with, I have to tell you something very special after seeing this film. Mari, how did you discover the autobiographical graphic novel, and what made you think that this could work so well on film?
I actually was just given Phoebe's book by my sister for Christmas. It wasn't like, oh, I think you should make this into something. It was just, this is a book I loved and I think you'll love it too. And I was so blown away by the story. I felt like it was the most honest version of being a teenage girl I had ever come across, and I realized I had never felt that way before. So I became sort of obsessed with it and really wanted to make it into something. And it lent itself, I think, to being a film really perfectly, because there is this comic book element to the book, which felt like it just naturally became an animated part of the film. And it's really told from this one perspective, and that just felt like it became so clear. I could just picture it, I could see it as a film, and I wanted this film to exist. I wished this film had existed a long time ago, so.
Bel, I think the success of this film depends on the audience, if they can relate to your character. And that's something that I wonder, did you ever think that men would relate to this character?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think that it captures teenagehood in a way that I'm hoping men and women can relate to. I think that the essence of how one emotionally feels when you're a teenager is specific to being a teenager for boys and girls. You know, your emotions are really heightened and you oscillate between loads of different emotions at one time, and if someone shows a little bit of like for you, then maybe you think they're in love with you. Everything's just very extreme for boys and girls. But I think in terms of the sexuality part of it, that's specific to women. And I think that it's women's time for there to be a movie that is exploring female sexuality like this, because growing up, I never had a film that showed female sexuality in such an honest way.
Interesting, though. But I thought you were just perfectly cast for this role. Don't you agree?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I didn't even know she's British.
I know.
Oh, really?
She does such a perfect American accent.
Right? Perfect.
When we showed the film at Sundance, there was a great moment where she came up for the Q&A and started speaking with her normal dialect, and the audience gasped. And you could just hear people go, she's British, she's British. I loved it.
See, that's when you know that you're perfect for the role and you were amazing in this film.
I'm so curious, Mari, how did you know Alex be so perfect for the role of Monroe in this film?
You know, it was when I saw him in this film What Maisie Knew, and he was so nuanced and gentle and complex, and he never was, I just recognized what an incredible actor he really was. I think, you know, he's known for being this sex pot, obviously, and for being incredibly hot, and he's a good actor
in True Blood.
In True Blood.
Yeah.
But I don't think you get to see his full range necessarily in that show. I mean, you get to see a lot of him, but not his full range. And then, but when I saw him in What Maisie Knew, I was like, actually, this guy is an incredible actor. Like, I think he will blow people away with his performance in this film. I think it's so brave, and I think he's just an awesome actor. Yeah.
Me too.
And Belle, last question. Tell us your experience working with the amazing Kristen Wiig as your mom.
It was amazing. I actually couldn't believe that I was going to do a movie with her, because Bridesmaids in particular is one of my favorite films ever. And it was just, I felt like so honored that I was doing this movie with her where she was playing like a dramatic role, because I know her as a comedian. But she was perfect for Charlotte, and I feel like we captured the mother-daughter dynamic that Minnie and Charlotte have well. I think it's a really important part of Minnie's journey, is her learning that she doesn't need to emulate Charlotte. She doesn't need to live up to Charlotte's ideals of what she wants her to be. Yeah.
Well, great job, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Xin quý vị khán giả vẫn tiếp tục giữ màn hình SBTN. Chúng tôi sẽ trở lại trong giây lát.